White nationalism, a term that echoes through America's history, often appearing in shadows, but now more visible than ever. But what's behind this rise? Is it just a phase, or something rooted deeper in the American story? To understand today, we must look back. White nationalism traces its origins to America's earliest days, an ideology born from a society divided by race, where power and privilege were linked to skin color. From the Civil War to the Jim Crow era, these ideals persisted, lurking beneath the surface. The civil rights movement of the 1960s seemed to shake the foundation of racial inequality. But as civil rights advanced, so did a counter-movement to quiet, simmering resentment that would resurface in new forms. Fast forward to today, the internet has become the new battleground. Groups that once hid in secrecy now find a global stage, using social media to recruit, spread propaganda, and fuel anger. Researchers warn that algorithms don't just connect us, they can also isolate, radicalize, and amplify these ideologies. These echo chambers create a sense of validation, making extreme views seem normal. It's not just disagreement, it's polarization at a frightening level. The consequences are real. The FBI reports a rise in hate crimes, often linked to white nationalist beliefs. While these acts are carried out by individuals, they stem from a larger network of influence and ideology seeing itself as defending a so-called heritage. The 2017 rally in Charlottesville was a turning point, revealing to America that white nationalism hadn't disappeared. Instead, it had evolved. Young recruits, modern symbols, and a movement that had adapted to a digital age, now mobilized on a massive scale. But why now? Experts say political rhetoric and polarized media have stoked fears of a changing America. Leaders, whether directly or indirectly, can influence these movements intentionally or not. When language becomes divisive, it can embolden extremist groups. They interpret these messages as permission, even if that wasn't the intent. Demographic shifts play a role too. Census data reveals that America is becoming more diverse, sparking anxiety in groups who fear losing a cultural or racial dominance they believe to be their heritage. But this reaction, researchers say, is based more on myth than reality. But there's a counterforce, a growing movement of activists, educators, and everyday citizens working to dismantle these ideologies through dialogue, education, and community building. History shows us that ideologies based on hate can fade. The question is, will America rise above this cycle, or be caught in it once again?